Really quick, let's talk about it. So recently, I've been in real estate. I had a lot of people asking me, "Oh, you quit real estate? You quit real estate?" I paused on real estate. I started real estate because I wanted to start a legacy for my boys. And going into real estate without education and no support system, I almost failed. I had some really good months where I'm making 10K, 20K, 30K a month. And some months I went with zero in my bank account.
That is the reason why agents are quitting. So we just spoke about everything taking place with foreclosures. Agents are quitting because it's becoming harder to be an agent right now. They really are quitting at massive amounts. At massive amounts. I'm telling you, when I'm done with this, I'm going to look at another property tonight. Yeah, tonight. I'm going to look at another property because agents right now, the sellers have to get rid of a property and they're selling it to a wholesaler, and a wholesaler is wholesaling. And the smart agents are discovering, damn, you don't need to have a license to make money in this market. You really don't. The amount of money that they charge us to be agents, I suspect that in 2026, we're going to see the most craziest drop in agents. Look at this already. The number of real estate agents dropped, falling from 1.5 million to roughly 1.3 by early 2025. Imagine where we're at right now in 2026. The shift, the market is transitioning away from anyone with a license towards a full-time professional, with estimated suggesting about 30% of agents could leave in 2026. And I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna have more than that. We're gonna have a whole lot more than 30% leaving in 2026. This is becoming a game of skill. It's less a game of, hey, I got a license and I want to make some extra money, but it's becoming more and more a game of skill. And as that skill starts to grow, a lot of agents can't keep up with it, in my opinion. And then there's a ton of other ways you can make money in real estate. But agents are quitting. Stop lying and telling these people that agents aren't quitting. I don't care if it's your favorite brokerage, if they're telling you from Real, Remax, however, this is becoming more of a skill-based job, which it was initially supposed to be. Supposed to be based on skill.
Get
right?
ready with me while I tell you guys why I quit real estate. So the first thing is, you don't realize how much money it costs to do real estate. It's a lot. Besides like the actual course that you have to do to, get your license. But once you actually join a brokerage and you have to like pay your dues, your business cards, headshots, and just that alone was like a lot. Then on top of that, you have to pay to join the MLS. I live in South Florida, so over here they use the Miami MLS. I started in October or November, and the MLS dues are due every June, I believe, and it's like $800. I paid for them, and then I had to also pay, November, December, January, February, March, April, June, 7 months later, not even a year, I had to pay the $800 again. And when you first start real estate, you don't really have like clientele, so you're not making money. So you're basically just losing way more than what you're making. You also have to pay for advertising and stuff. Real estate is a lot of advertising. So you have to pay for, like flyers that you print out. You have to pay for stamps because you need to mail things out and stuff like that. And y'all, like, stamps are not fucking cheap these days.
I don't know where she talk about with stamps. Who the hell does that anymore? I don't know. Nobody mails out stamps. Now we have a system, and there's a bunch of them out there. You just give them your list of names that you're trying to target in the area, sis, and it'll automatically mail it out with a postcard. I think that's great, especially when you talk about baby boomers are the largest source of wealth right now when it comes to real estate being transferred. Baby boomers. And they're behind. All of them ain't on email. They may have an email, but they ain't on social. They not even watching me right now, which they should be doing.
Oh no.
I don't know. But at the end of it, I'm going to give you the no fluff on it. Damn, get one of those programs to help you mail out and do your mailers because it's done at a discount. It's done at a discount. Now let's get better. Let's realize, let's look at it from the true lens. Because my personal opinion is that the reason why agents are also
why
quitting,
most realtors quit?
and this sis right here, she lines it right up. When you have changing market conditions, changing technology, AI coming into place, when you have a shift that's taking place when it comes to the National Association of Realtors, NAR, they made it so freaking hard. Damn, we need to do a do-it-yourself course just for people who just want to buy themselves and they don't want to have an agent. That's what they should be doing. That's it. A do-it-yourself course for people who just want to, they don't want to hire an agent. They want to go do it them damn selves. They should be doing that, and whoever does that is going to make a ton of freaking money because a lot of these agents can't keep up. I need you to talk. I need you to understand this. If you're watching this, a lot of your agents that you see, they can't keep up. The technology is too much for them. It's just too much. You got a lot of agents right now. The average age of an agent prior to this was 56 years. Traditionally, a real estate agent was a 50-something year old white lady sitting behind a desk, either at an office or out in the field doing something. Now, still that age point, that's not the average one, but it's still up there. And a lot of agents can't handle technology, and they are not business people at the same time. They're just trying to get a bag.
It's because they traffic in tradition. Let me break this down to you. They follow the same damn blueprint everybody else has been following since 2005. Post a just listed, post up a flyer, sit at open houses for 3 hours hoping that somebody walks in. And that's not real estate anymore. That's a slow death in a fast game. Real estate is not just about homes anymore. It's about execution, attention, and conversion. And the ones who get left behind, they're stuck doing what worked before social media and AI. And if you don't know what AI is, that's artificial intelligence. They play by the rules of yesterday in a world that's changing by the hour. The market does not give a fuck about tradition. It only rewards those who move with it. Those who learn how to market, how to build influence, how to stay visible, how to close with confidence. This business is no longer about being licensed. It's about being known. The traditional mindset says, wait for referrals, door knock, cold call 200 leads. The modern mindset says, attract clients, educate through content, leverage your platform, dominate your DMs, and close leads on autopilot. You think buyers care about how long you've been licensed? Hell no. They care if you can solve their problem faster than Google. And listen, I'm not saying the old ways don't work at all. But if you're not adding a new sauce to that recipe, then you will get cooked by somebody who is.
Bing, 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 bing. Hold on, I got that right there. Hold on. Yeah, I got that one right there. Got that one. She ain't lying. She ain't lying.
You gotta be both. Wise enough to respect the foundation or bold enough to disrupt it. You got agents clocking out early of real estate because they couldn't figure out how to get engagement on social media. You got people crying over why nobody's booking with them when they post once a week and disappear like a ghost in the algorithm. This game is for closers. This game is not for complainers. The ones who win in this market are the ones who study buyer psychology, master digital presence, and build systems that move money while they sleep. Not the ones doing the bare minimum, waiting for somebody else to tell them what to do.
And a lot of agents do that. So when your favorite agent is telling you they done with real estate, it's not they done with real estate because they made a whole lot of money and they just can't make no more and it's just too much. They're done with real estate because in 2020, we had a slew of agents that got into it. They were jumping in left and right, all over. Everybody wanted to grab that freaking bag. And if you're agent, I'm not trying to discourage you, but you're probably going to be discouraged because the reason they call it a sales agent license is because it requires somebody to actually sell. And that requires you to know how to sell. And that requires you to learn sales technique. Oh my gosh. The science, I'm just overwhelming y'all. Because sales is the first step to marketing. Okay? And if your agent can't market, she gonna quit. She gonna quit. And marketing costs money, right? No. Marketing doesn't cost money. It doesn't cost money to market. You just gotta put the time and the effort into it. Damn well. I'm telling you. You watching this channel? We've had over a million impressions, 350,000 views, ran up viral, and people still drop me messages and emails. And if you're one of those people, I appreciate you. Listen, I love you. Just go get that new that list of homeowners, that list of properties that we're getting rid of every Friday. But that's the reality of it. The old ways of doing that shit is done. And they won't come to adapt it, I think, mentally. I don't know. But agents, I think we just need new types of agents that are out here. Honestly, I just do.
Real estate agents everywhere are going broke right now. Did you know that in 2025, about 70% of real estate agents did not close a single transaction? When I heard this, my jaw just hit the floor, guys, because that is one of the wildest statistics I have heard in a while. Like, we know that the real estate market is in the toilet right now. Pending home sales, they just hit a record low, even lower than they were going back to 2008. When you see the pending home sale index today, it's sitting right around 70, whereas back in 2008, it was around 80, 85. So it is just absolutely abysmal right now. People are not selling houses, and this is causing many real estate agents to go broke. Some agents are even reporting very long stretches of no transactions going back to late 2024. This is well over a year without making a sale. And let me tell you guys, as somebody who used to work real estate full time, even when things are good, it is a hard business to survive in, especially in saturated markets like here in Miami. It is also a known fact that about 10% of the top producer real estate agents do about 80% of all the business. So, just from that stat alone, if you're not in that top 10% of top producers, it's very hard to have a consistent flow of transactions, even when things are good, let alone now when home sales are at record lows. Now, we have to be honest and look at the facts also, which is that a tremendous amount of people jumped into the real estate game during the pandemic when the housing boom began. If we look at what happened just between 2020 and 2021, there was about 156,000 new people entering the real estate business just in those 2 years. The membership numbers from National Association of Realtors went from 1.48 million to 1.56 million.
So 1.48 to 1.5, then it dropped down. We're at 1.3, like I said. So how do you navigate this? If you're an agent, if you want to be an agent, if some people really just want to be a real estate agent, and I get it. I do believe this is probably the best time to get in. Believe it or not. We went through this whole video, and I'm going to tell you, I believe it's the best time to get in. If, this is the caveat, if you're willing to work and put in more effort than the normal agent would actually do, because you're swimming uphill right now. You're dealing with the fact that you don't quite know it and you have to learn it at the same time. You have to learn it. I think it's the best time to get in right now, because if you're someone that's process driven, if you're cool with learning new skills, if you have a sales background and you've sold before, it's the best time to get in. It's not the best time to get in if you've never sold anything before. If you just want to have an open door with money just thrown at you, this is not the best time to get in. Not at all. So this is not a doom and gloom message. This is we need the few. We need the proud. We need the Marines. We need the ones that can actually sell. We need the ones that are, you can't be afraid of door knocking somebody. You can't be afraid of freaking turning around and making those cold calls, or getting on a stream like this and telling people about what's going on in the market. I'm not lying, okay? But there is still hope for it. But the agency, as just the life of being a real estate agent, I believe that's actually changing, not because the market is causing it to change, but there were some things that happened pivotally, right? Pivotally, yeah, pivotally. That National Association of Realtor ruling that shifted our lives made it now that agents have to actually work when they represent buyers. They got to get out there They got to work. They got to sell themselves to the buyers. And if the buyer doesn't have money, now they got to turn around and negotiate that same commission they were normally getting with the seller. And some agents can't do it. They really can't. I mean, I've had deals crush that fell apart because the agent forgot to negotiate the commission. They asked me like a week close to closing, like, hey, what's my commission? I'm like, bro, we never spoke about a commission. They're like, you got to negotiate it now. Oh, 24 hours. I got a letter that said we can't move forward. But that's real estate right now. Hey guys, like, subscribe, follow for more content. I will see you guys on the next stream. I am hopping off. I kept it within an hour. Yes, I did. Real Estate Lunchbox. I see you guys tomorrow. Remember, Jesus loves you just the way that you are. Stop believing it, the junk that some of these people tell you.